What is up, guys? Today we're comparing the HTC One to the Apple iPhone 5. Now, some have said that the HTC One is the iPhone 5 killer. So let's get into the comparison so you can be the judge and make a smart choice in which phone would be better for you. First, let's compare the design and the hardware. The HTC One has a 4.7-inch 1080p Full HD 1920 by 1080 screen with an effective PPI of 468. Now we're also going to get a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor along with 2 gigs of RAM. Now the iPhone 5 has a 4-inch 1136 by 640 Retina display for an effective PPI of 326. Now the HTC One has an all-aluminum construction with dual front-facing speakers with a built-in amplifier and also uses Beats audio. The HTC One comes in two different colors, silver or black, and the iPhone 5 has an aluminum and glass design with dual bottom firing speakers. Now the HTC One comes in 32 and 64 gigabyte options, with the 32 gigabyte model coming in at $199 on a 2-year contract. Now the HTC One also comes with NFC and LTE. Now the iPhone 5 comes in black and white and comes in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte options, with the entry-level price of a 16 gigabyte model coming in at $199 on a 2-year contract. Now, the iPhone 5 does not have NFC unless you're counting Passbook, but it does support the lightning-fast LTE capabilities. Now, neither smartphones have the option for expanded memory. The HTC One is running a skinned version of Android 4.1.2, with the skin being, of course, HTC's new HTC Sense 5, with a heavy emphasis on HTC Blink Feed. The iPhone 5 is running Apple's iOS 6.1.3 with the emphasis on simplicity. The iPhone 5 weighs 112 grams and the HTC One tips the scales at 143 grams. The iPhone 5 has a 1400 milliamp non-removable battery, while the HTC One has a 2300 milliamp non-removable battery. Next up is the front and rear video and still camera test. The iPhone 5 has an 8 megapixel rear iSight camera with autofocus, video stabilization, and an LED flash capable of capturing 1080p HD video footage at 30 frames per second, and has a 1.2 megapixel FaceTime front-facing HD camera capable of 720p HD video capturing at 30 frames per second. The HTC One has the controversial 4 megapixel sensor rear-facing camera the HTC is calling the ultra pixel camera. HTC chose to go with a smaller sensor to get the pixels 3 times bigger, therefore letting in more light in a low light situation. And next up is web performance. I went ahead and loaded up The Verge on both devices. And you can see we're scrolling up and down here, and it does seem very nice. There's no lag on either device. Both of them are very fluent, and in my opinion, there is no difference when it comes to actual web surfing on either device. Next up is YouTube HD video playback. And on the HTC One, guys, I have to let you know that the playback looks absolutely awesome on a 468 ppi screen. We're also getting 1080p Full HD on the HTC One as well. One complaint that I did have, as you can see here, it is rounded on the back, so it is tipping when you go to press on the buttons on a flat surface. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the keyboard UI, and this is important only because a lot of people use text messaging all day long, so there's just a quick look at how the keyboards look. Now, moving right along, let's go ahead and get into gaming. Now, gaming on both units are extremely impressive, and I must say I actually enjoyed it a little bit better on the HTC One than I did on the iPhone 5, and just because the bigger screen looked a lot better, and for some reason the graphics seemed to stand out a lot more on the HTC One as in compared to the iPhone 5. Next up, I went ahead and ran some speed tests and benchmarks, and we did this courtesy of speedtest.net as well as Geekbench and Antutu. So first off, we get a ping score of 78 on the iPhone 5, 75 on the HTC One. We also get a download of 5.42 on the iPhone 5 and 6.78 on the HTC One. Now when it comes to the upload speed on both devices, they are nearly the same. Now taking a look at the results, we can see that the HTC One did win in most situations. Now the Geekbench score here is 1663. Went ahead and ran some other benchmarks here, including once again Antutu, a GL benchmark, and Geekbench 2. So taking a look here, while it's stressing the CPU and GPU out, we get a score of 9565 and 6428. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap this comparison up, guys. In my personal opinion, I think this HTC One and the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 are the two best phones to compete with the iPhone 5. The HTC One is extremely blazing fast. The 1.7 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 just absolutely blows away and crushes everything that's out there on the market. And the iPhone 5 definitely offers up a very nice experience as well. Well, that's going to wrap this one up for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. At the end of the day, it is up to you guys which device you find to be better. Leave a thumbs up down below, and I'll see you on the next one.